Because we suffer every day. Can you imagine? We have been here for centuries and we're still lagging around. If we to start a business in Jamaica, it's one of the hardest things to start a business. While the Chinaman come from China, come to Jamaica, start a business, non-tax for 5 years. And by the time the 5 years come when he start pay tax, he making cousin and he never and he uncle come and him gone. So and listen, this have been happening for centuries. So this have nothing to do with PNP or JLP. And you know at the end of the day, none of them no want to fix it because all of them want us to the black man.
Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked around your own country and wondered who is really benefit from all this development? It's a simple question, but it has sparked one of the biggest conversations in Jamaica today. Think about it for a moment. You see new roads, large constructions, projects, modern buildings, and businesses opening across the island. On the surface, everything looks like progress, but then another question comes to mind. Who is seeing the biggest reward? Is it the average of Jamaica? Is it local business owners? Or is it mostly foreign investors? So guys, I want you to watch this video until the end, then I'll come back with more comments. That is the conversation I want us to have today. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and also comment.
The Chinese are taking over Jamaica like rapid wildfire.
Watch out, be a Chinese. Not one black man on the side.
One black one from New York.
Not one black man on the side. Like I run them, I go run.
Take care of all of their family folk.
Not one black man. Be a Chinese. Watch out. You have to big them up still because they work good. Yeah. You have to big up them still. Them are put in good work, you know? Be a Chinese. Show one black man in our group. None. Big up on yourself still because you know on the job. Yeah.
Yo, where they are way 4 dogs for it now, you got them for what?
Nobody want to hear me dog them, you know.
I don't know how difficult it is for you, but I actually can focus on more than one thing at the same time. I can express my concern for what these black capitalists are doing in the country in which I live, and I can also focus on what is happening with a so-called Chinese takeover in Jamaica. I can focus on those two things at the same time. With that being said, from the discourse that I've seen online, not a lot of Jamaicans are focused on this so-called Chinese takeover. Sure, people whisper, but whenever I speak or when other creators speak out and say, we should have some grace for Haitian refugees who are seeking asylum in Jamaica, and we should have some grace for people who are suffering in Jamaica, and we should be careful of how we are allowing foreign capitalists to come and take over certain industries. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are attacking us. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are telling us to mind our business. I also believe that there are bigger issues at play, and one of those issues is the way in which Jamaicans, especially those at home, have been conditioned that certain things are the way they are and should stay the way they are. It's the way how Jamaicans at home have been conditioned to believe that certain people belong in certain tier, and that is why I have seen a surprising number of people to me who are very unconcerned and very supportive of this takeover that you speak of, which is why I'm leaving it alone. I thought about making a video about it, but I'm leaving it alone because the last time I spoke up on here about how certain people were basically trivializing our black culture and trying to whitewash our culture on this here platform, it was Jamaicans many black Jamaicans who came to their defense against me. So I have learned my lesson, and I'm going to leave you all to deal with that takeover. While I can, acknowledge that there are certain things that I am uncomfortable with, for the most part, I'm going to leave the Jamaicans to figure this one out.
Yo, so I say, down in Jamaica, the Chinese mechanics are taking over little by little. And I hope the man them not get mad. Hope the Jamaican mechanics them not get mad. Because for years, when you use people, when you tell people lies, when you general out people, when you charge exuberant fees, high fees, charge this for that for that, and you know, say, yo, when I rob the people them. But now have competition. With everything in life, there should be competition. There should not be no monopoly. So a lot of these Chinese, they're so smart. They at them build car them. Enough of them at them build car them. Enough time at them build these cars. So them are the right person to fix these cars. So now the Jamaican mechanic market, the Chinese them are flooded. And the people them get them car fixed in no time. I'm seeing like countless videos where people bring them car in this morning, and by a little more in the evening, them get them vehicle. No longer them are going carry the car, go give Jamaican mechanic them, and then give you be a long story. Oh, come back tomorrow morning. When you go back tomorrow morning, oh, come back Wednesday. When you go back Wednesday, them say it's still not done. Something need me. I be on parts to come Friday. Them have the car for a week. The people must say, oh, when them carry them car, give Chinese mechanic them within half a day it done, and them get by them car in them hand, and the car fixed. Because 2-3 Chinese man attack the car one time. They drive in 3 man attack it and bam 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 bam. Fix that. We must have them put it together and have them assemble it, And them put in the parts and all of these things. So who is the best person to fix it? Not the person who put it in. We know about everything. It's a good look. Can you imagine when they start build house? Can you imagine when these Chinese people start build houses on a wider scale? Can you imagine? And it's gonna build fast and build strong too, because them know what them do. Oh, bad like them China. You see us them with that China? You see building them with that China? And them, you think they might import nobody come build a house over there? And China have the most people on that pan earth, dog. What, 1 billion? It's a good look. Pull up on the stock to Jamaican mechanics. And if in other fields, if you try growing the people them, Chinese are come take over again. Believe.
So everyone has been asking how the Chinese mechanics got into Jamaica. Well, here are the facts. Did you know that in 2015, Jamaica signed over the Kingston Freeport, our main port, our lifeline to China, who has full control for 30 years? Now they control what comes in and they control what goes out. That's why the Chinese mechanics and other companies move the way they want. No one to answer to. No real checks. No oversight. They run the port, they hold the gate. Why do you think it's after the fact Pika stepped in? Because they don't even know what's going on. But somebody know. Because when it comes to these little things, don't think you can think on the same level you were programmed to think on. You have to change your frequency sometimes. And we're standing on the outside of our own house. We can't even act like we never know. Listen, we will never get out of slavery. Because a nation that can't even control its own port is a nation already conquered.
I have a question for Andrew Holness, Kamina J. Smith, and Dr. Horace Chan. As a Jamaican, I'm really concerned, and I just want to express myself, and maybe other Jamaicans feel the same way. In Jamaica, we have over 76,000 Chinese living there, whether they are Chinese descendants or recently migrated to Jamaica, right? Boom. Chinese are able to work in our country, have businesses for over 5 years without paying taxes, while Jamaican people or Jamaican new entrepreneurs who start businesses have to pay taxes off rip. First of all, they can't even get funding to start a business, much less. Now, what the Chinese them do is once you reach 5 years, they just call down another family member and put the business in their name, and the process continues and they don't pay taxes, right? But that's not really why I'm here. I'm here because I realize that even as Jamaicans, we need a visa to go to China. But check this out. Chinese don't need a visa to come to Jamaica. That is unfair. To me, that's all ridiculous. You know how much Jamaicans would love to go to China for whatever reasons, whether short stay, business, or pleasure. Like, there gotta be some type of renegotiation. This is 2025, not 1865. So Andrew Holness, Dr. Horace Chang, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kamina J. Smith, my namesake, please, may I beg you, look into this. Think about it as a politician. Me and have the education I uno have, you know. Zane, me I know a doctor and them thing. I'm just a regular Jamaican. We have sense and common sense. So, uno tell me the scholars, if that makes sense. Uno really need to do something about that. Do something about all of these countries where can come to our country and all these things and all get all these easy access to things. But Jamaicans have to struggle so much. Enough fear. Do something about that. I'm begging you, please.
I don't like the way in which the Jamaican government has allowed the Chinese to come in and take over. I believe they own the major port there. I believe that the Jamaican government has given them lands in exchange for services. I believe they built at least one hospital there, a couple of schools. They had constructed a north-south highway or northwest highway that connects one part of the island to the other, so you don't have to drive all the way around to get there, which was necessary. But from what I read, in exchange for them building the highway, the Jamaican government has allowed them to keep, I believe, nearly all of the toll fees on that highway for a certain amount of years. We're giving up too much to get too little. And what bothers me the most about Jamaica, they are the most Pan-Africanist and the most unapologetic of the Caribbean islands. And so if China can take Jamaica, taking the rest of the...
Something really wrong is going on in Kingston and St. Andrew. There is a set of people that don't care about community building, that don't care about families, that don't care about community, and they only care about making money. If you haven't been to Kingston and St. Andrew in a while, you can't be in a one street and you don't see one apartment building. Now, some of these apartment buildings are well positioned. Some of them make sense, right? The corporate area and all them thing there. But when you spread out a little bit out and you go into the communities when you see mom and pop home with them little backyard and thing, and right beside them yard is one tall rotted building that don't make no sense. The people they upstairs looking at you downstairs hanging your panty on the clothesline. Between you, one big building sandwiched in the middle of two homes, of two family homes. So now imagine me now having a beautiful day today. As me leave me yard, what that me see right beside my gate? What is that me see right beside my gate? One sign that say intention to build apartment units. Now, if you don't know me or if you don't follow me, if you never watch my video please go watch them. Me live in the bush. Me live in some hill bush. Me live in the bush. This empty lot is between me and my two neighbors. So this apartment building would be sandwiched between three family homes which privacy will be completely destroyed, which there is no road to go up there because don't see me take cooking oil go try fix up the road there. Them want carry people go up there in an apartment and the place don't have no road. There's no road go up there. The place far up in the hills. Which apartment gonna keep up there right? Now you tell me now, why will you want to disturb? First of all, come in and cut off the wall of the trees deforest the place. The birds didn't know what to do with themselves. And now come in with sign that say I put up apartment building in a little tiny, because I want a tiny lot in the middle of the bush, sandwiched in between two family homes. I don't care if people are going to go up this or not. I don't care if it has a good point of sale or not. All I care about is the fact that Uno are destroying Jamaica. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities. Because even sometimes when Uno don't get the old dilapidated house to buy and tear it down and put Uno dot in thinking apartment mashes box in the sky, so all Uno do a scam people with a little mashes box in the sky. It's not, and I'm not talking about this because it a born me and it affect me now. I have spoken about this plenty of time before because there's a place for everything. Ambush sandwich between 2 family home, 3 family home is not a place for an apartment building. To all the contractors out there, I'm not saying to stop doing business. I am saying to do consciously, respectfully, with ethic. You don't need to have ethic. There is a place for everything. A community, a neighborhood is not a place for an apartment complex. Uno sick in uno head. You see the place where I show that where they white bones in a Constant Spring? Uno can put apartment building there so. There's no family home. It's a commercial place. Uno very well uno put an apartment building over there so. You understand what I say? A community, a street where kids play in the street and families jog out there and cows roam around the place. It's not the place for an apartment building. Don't be so greedy. Why you want to be so unethical? You want to build a skyscraper to sell mashes box in the skies, which by the way most likely are going to just sit down there so, because there is a overstock in a town. Me don't know who. If people know I buy it down yes on a Kingston 6, Kingston 8, Kingston 10, who is going to go buy apartment in the bush? Just have a little conscience, please. And for those of you who are not contractors, whenever you can, please raise your voice. Please raise your voice because these buildings, these apartment buildings, are destroying communities, families. They are pricing out families. A family that could have purchased that land to be their family home were priced out by a developer. Thank you so much for watching.
The Chinese are taking over Jamaica like rapid wildfire. As a Jamaican, this is very alarming and this is troubling. Listen, I want to explain. Full disclaimer. The Chinese people and the Indians, they are some smart and savvy business people that know how to do business, and they are very great at providing stellar, top-class premier customer service. Something that Jamaicans don't have any idea of doing, at least most. Because a lot of time, people, we go to Jamaican businesses and we go do business. And when you go there, it seems like we are begging to be served by our own Jamaicans. So in that regard, the Chinese and the Indians and other foreign people, they know how to conduct business and they know how to provide customer service to make sure we are served as customers. So that's a full disclaimer. Big up the Chinese them in that regard. But my point is, the reason why this is alarming is because all of the big businesses in most of Jamaica right now are going to be taken over by Chinese, because majority of places right now are running by the Chinese people, Indian people, foreign people. And again, what is due to Caesar, give it to Caesar. They are business minded and they know how to conduct business. But may I tell you, in the next couple of years, might as well you name Jamaica Chinese town. Because may I tell you, everywhere is taken over by Chinese, specifically, and other foreign people, but specifically Chinese. For big example, when I used to go to Linstead, back in the day, like 15, 20 years ago, all of the businesses were controlled and run by Jamaicans. On both streets, left and right. And surprise, surprise, the last 2, 3, 5, 7 years, those businesses and the business places are shut down and are now reopened by Chinese successfully. So right now you go to Linstead, majority, 90% of the businesses are controlled by the Chinese. But guess what? Or guess what the Jamaicans are owning and controlling? The market. In terms of where you go to get local produce. You know, the iglas and the people that sell, you know, yam, banana, cocoa, carrot, whatever. I give credit as well, because without those iglas, a lot of people wouldn't get fresh food. So we have to give that credit to them. But it is alarming that the big businesses are not run and controlled by Jamaicans. It is by Chinese and other foreign people. The Jamaicans now are running as iglas and as vendors on the local bottom of the barrel. There's nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. But the big businesses are not controlled by us. So we are not very business-minded, it seems. I don't know. But the Chinese and other race of people have figured it out based on my observations. Yo, the next couple of years, brethren, you might as well call Jamaica the new Chinese town. Remember me tell you that. But I digress. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Oh, one more thing. Anyhow, the Chinese men were quote unquote swaggerific and know how to deal with Jamaican woman on a romantic level. Remember me tell you, say, most Chinese man would have gone with Jamaican woman. Remember me tell you, because they are very business minded. But they don't care about Jamaican woman romantically. If they did have the mindset of a Jamaican man in terms of relationship, you would have seen some mixed Chinese pitted on a Jamaica so till your head spin. But I digress. We are talking about Chinese taking over the business and everything that we Jamaicans should control. But business as usual, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Reason we are reason. At the season, good over evil. Big Voice Radio in the building. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It like, follow the movement. Big up on yourself.
Hey, yo, me I say this. But the term, out of many one people, me know me I get what I hear for this car. This is not for everybody, by the way. This is a video of just some people. Understand what me I try to say, alright? So if you're one of them people that were shallow and slow, just scroll on and go watch Rosalind, alright? What me I say? The out of many one people slogan of Jamaica is very misleading, and that thing needs to change. Jamaica needs something more revolutionary, you know? Like a people of resilience. Something that makes fucking sense. But the out of many one people are fuckery. It's an insult. You know? It's an insult, real talk. Because if you really think about it, man, out of the many people, the one that suffer in Jamaica the most is the dark-skinned people, them. You see me I say? The dark-skinned people, them who ancestors, them come off of the boat with shackles around them neck and shackles around them foot. If you come build this so-called Jamaica that a lot of people benefit from under this banner, out of many one people. At time for that slogan go. Me no like it. Me not gonna lie. I know me I get only paid for it. But the out of many one people are fuckery. What me say? A fuckery, because a lot of people use that term as a way to colonize and capitalize and steal Jamaica culture, resource, identity, and a lot of things. Them use this out of many one people. Because sometimes I go into the comment of some people that speaking a little bit of patois, right? And you see the Jamaican them in the comment. You know Jamaica out of many one people, so anybody can come to Jamaica, because Jamaica is a, you know, the fool fucker them. Every time, bro. So when them are dead, and when people that come out of Jamaica come kill them off, they're not gonna know why. Because they're so fucking inclusive. So inclusive, them always including everybody else but actual Jamaican. Jamaican love everybody else but Jamaican. You see me I say? Them love everybody but them own people. So that slogan, out of many one people need to go, bro. A fuckery. Because a lot of people use it to capitalize and steal in Jamaica. Because them under the ban of out of many one people. So as long as them speak a little bit of patois, Jamaican people, the fool one, them are going to co-sign them. You see me I say? You know Jamaica out of many one people. Them are always including everybody.
Drunk rock. From when people have left Jamaica. People left Jamaica from before Andrew going up power. People have left Jamaica from before even politics. People have left Canada. People have left America. People have left England. People are left all over the world. You know what people in Canada are left a Jamaica go live now? Drunk up. You know how much people are left America I sign up for their citizenship for God Jamaica now? You know how much people leave from Jamaica? Over 3 million people leave Jamaica for go live a foreign. Over 3 million Jamaicans live in a foreign right now. You know that? But Jamaica still population still over $3 million. What do you think?
Jamaicans aren't only being pushed out of their beaches, but gradually they're being pushed out of business. Check this out.
Chinese mechanics in Jamaica show about 20-30 cars a day like clockwork, while Jamaican mechanics, they carry around stuck in the garage sometime for a whole week. But how did the Chinese get here? How did they set up shop so fast right in front of our eyes? Listen, foreigners are coming in, buying land, running businesses, owning Jamaica, and we're becoming visitors in our own land. Just like some places in Africa where people now work for foreigners in their own country. Sooner or later, the Chinese going to control the parts distribution and shut us out.
I already think it's too late for Jamaicans. And the reason why I say that, because back in 2015, Jamaica signed an agreement with China, allowing China to control one of their biggest and most important ports for 30 years. And that's the port of Kingston. So China dictates what goes into Jamaica and what goes out of Jamaica. So I'm pretty sure all these Chinese business owners already have a connection with distributors in China. So they have direct contact with the distributors when it comes to supplies and keeping their stores in stock. So as you gradually see Chinese businesses pop up, you see less Jamaican businesses. So Jamaicans are gradually becoming workers for foreigners. And who allows another country to control your ports, allow what comes in and outside of your country? Like I said, it's already a wrap, at least for 30 years.
Where are the Chinese them that own stores in Jamaica? That me not see no Chinese in Jamaica giving back nothing to the Jamaican people, you know. But every time we as Jamaican people want any farmer product for use in our life, in our homes, at the Chinese store that we go to buy them. And as the storm pass, the Chinese store them are the first stores them to open up back. But we see different entities from outside and other countries and other people helping Jamaica and giving back. But me not see none of the Chinese then giving back nothing to the people that were supporting them, you know, and make them have millions of dollars in them pocket, you know. So where are the Chinese them? Me think the Jamaican people need to hold the Chinese them in a Jamaica accountable. Because the Chinese, they just suck away from the Jamaican people like goat kid and cow calf, you know. And newborn. Eh? Where are the Chinese them for your help on that?
The Chinese mechanics in Jamaica show about 20-30 cars a day like clockwork, while Jamaican mechanics, they carry around stuck in the garage sometime for a whole week. But how did the Chinese get here? How did they set up shop so fast right in front of our eyes? And now Pika is checking immigration status after the fact. But the real question is this: how did we let this happen? The truth is, they came here with a plan. They came with discipline while we still begging for a link and waiting for somebody to sort we out. And why are they so organized and we're not? While they conduct business, we are running around with our hustling mentality. Listen, foreigners are coming in, buying land, running businesses, owning Jamaica, and we are becoming visitors in our own land. Just like some places in Africa where people now work for foreigners in their own country. Sooner or later, the Chinese going to control the parts distribution and shut us out because these people did not come here to try. They came here.
Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you have just watched that full video. Now, before anyone jumps to the conclusion, let me be clear. This is not about blaming one country or one group of people. It's about asking honest questions because every nation has the right to ask whether development is improving the lives of its own citizens. Here is a question for you. If someone builds a beautiful highway, but you still can't find a good paying job, has your life really changed? If the economy is growing on paper, but small business continue to struggle, should people still celebrate? Those are not easy questions, but they matter. There is an old saying that goes, a rising tide should lift all boats. But what happens if only a few boats are rising while everyone else is fighting the wave? That is when people begin to ask difficult questions. Yes, they ask difficult questions. Imagine this: you have owned a small shop for 20 years. Your parents built it. Your family depends on it. Then one day, a large foreigner owned business opened nearby with more money, more resources, and lower prices. Who will sell on that surface? You don't hate the competition, but you quickly ask yourself, how am I supposed to compete? That is a real concern for many people, not just in Jamaica, but around the world. Another issue is people are discussing is Jamaica's major infrastructure agreements, including projects linked to the Kingston Freeport. Some people believe these partnerships have helped modernize the country. Others wondered whether Jamaica gives away too much control over important nation asset. So let me ask you this. How do you attract foreign investment without losing sight of your own people? Is there a balance? Can both sides win? Jamaicans have a famous saying, every mickle make a mackle. Small efforts add up to something great. But here is another question. What if those small opportunities are becoming harder for local people to find? Shouldn't every Jamaican have a fair chance to build a successful business? Now let's look at a real life example. Ethiopia received billions of dollars in Chinese investment to build roads, railways, and industrial parks. Many people praised the development because it improved infrastructure and created jobs opportunities. At the same time, others questioned debt levels and whether local businesses were benefiting enough. That experience reminds us that investment can bring progress, but government must also protect the long-term interests of their citizens. Nelson Mandela once said, "Freedom is meaningless if people cannot put food on the table." There is a powerful reminder that true development is not just about impressive buildings. It's about creating jobs, supporting families, and giving young people hope for the future. And if they don't have opportunities, they will just be robbers, something like that. So here is my biggest question: what does success really look like? Is it measured by new highways, or is it measured by the number of local businesses that grow, the number of young entrepreneurs who succeed, and the number of families whose lives actually improve? At the end of the day, this conversation is not really about China. It's about Jamaica. It's about making sure that every Jamaican feels they have a place in their country future. Because no one wants to feel like a stronger in their own economy. Now, I want to hear from you. If you had the chance to sit down with Prime Minister Andrew Holness today, what one question would you like to ask him about Jamaica's future? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have a respectful conversation where every opinion matters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.